What's up, guys? It's your girl Sophina, the Diva, back here again. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the 10 gymnastics essentials. I feel like these 10 items are essential for gymnastics, whether it's practice or competition. I think both of them have some other separate essentials as well that you might need for different things. But these, I think, I always bring with me to practice and competition no matter what, because I think that they are essential. I even bring them back home as well. Maybe not all of them, but even at home as well, because they're just that essential for life or pre-gymnastics life and everything like that. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into item number 1. A massage tool. So what we need, or what I feel like you need, I mean, you could take it or leave it, is some type of a massage tool. I have both of these. I also have my lacrosse ball, but I couldn't find it, so I cannot show you that. Some people use tennis balls as well, to each his own. I like lacrosse ball better because it's a harder ball, whereas tennis balls are a lot softer. So using these for the bigger groups of muscles, so your thighs, your back, and things like that. This one is to get in a little bit deeper. The only thing about this one is you can only get the front side of you, so if you want your hamstrings or anything like that, you might need someone to roll you out. Preferably, I like massages, but if you don't have someone to give you a massage, these are the ones to do. So a lot of times before, during, after practice, doesn't matter whether you're sore or not, it's really good to use these. I use literally all 3 of them at the same time. So first I'll start with this, then I'll go with this, and then I'll use my lacrosse ball to get those little areas. My favorite points are the tush, this little part here, trappy area situation, and the ball of my foot. Oh, actually, and my hips. Really great point. If you roll out those hips, it actually helps your back, and since I fractured my back, it is very, very helpful. Granted, my back is better now, but still, it really helps in general for life. All right, so that's tool number 1. Number 2, we need to stay fresh smelling, people. Fresh smelling. Everybody is different. Men, women, everybody is very different, but we all have odor. Okay, some people have more than others. Some people sweat more than others. So please, please, please use some deodorant. This is the only deodorant I had right now, but I've been trying to use more things that are a little bit more natural, face-wise, body-wise, deodorant-wise. I did find one natural deodorant, but it was awful. It didn't work and it was sticky. So I'm still in search to find a better natural deodorant that works. But this, guys, you really need it, okay? Perfect. Number 3, hair ties. Hair ties are very important, especially for us women or men if you have long hair. These things pop all the time, and my hairstyle changes all the time. So I need to make sure I always have these, especially as a female. Other females need it as well. So if I have some, I've always had teammates and other girls come up to be like, hey, do you have extra hair tie? They're just always handy dandy in competition and on practice, because if you ever use it and it pops and you don't have another one, well then what are you gonna do? Your hair is just down and you can't flip with your hair down. So another essential. Number 4, some ibuprofen. This is a necessity. Now, granted, I hate taking pills, I hate taking medicine, and I believe that the more you use medicine and pills and things of that sort, the less it'll start to work on you. So I don't take Advil, or even for practice and things like that, I really barely ever took it, but I always had it on me, especially for competitions, because that's when I wanted my body to feel the best or my head the best. So things like that, I feel like this is always essential, whether you take it or not. I think it's nice to have just in case you're at nationals or something like that and your body is not feeling good, you got some kinks, or for swelling and things like that, you need to take it. All right, but don't butcher it, okay? I used to have teammates that would take like 7 and 8 of these. That is not good. That is so bad for your body, so don't do that, okay? Some ibuprofen. Now this goes a little bit along the way with the whole ibuprofen situation. You don't have to have this. I used this a lot in my younger days, but as I got older, I didn't use this so much. I really like the smell of Icy Hot. I don't know about you guys, but there's other people that use like Tiger Balm and I think it was called Tiger Balm, and some other balm situations. Some people say it works, some people don't. In my younger days, I loved it. I love the smell of it. I feel like it worked really well, but I forgot about it when I went to college and stuff like that. Also, please be careful when you're using this, because one time my teammate, for some reason, she liked the smell of it and she put it under her nose, and her eyes started burning and her nose started running. It just was not a good idea. So please use this at your discretion. All right. Number 6. I couldn't find my bands, but this will do. Usually people use these types for, you know, butt exercises. I always have those types of TheraBands, especially because I have weak ankles. I've fractured them and I've sprained them very many times. That was bad English. I've sprained them many times, and both of them. So a band like this, even this one would work. Excuse my feet, I need a pedicure. But how these work is you need to put them on your feet like this, okay? And you need to do some like ankle exercises, back and forth, side to side, things like this, so that you can strengthen your ankles. Do some toe raises as well. I like using these as well for exercises, but also like stretching wise too. So if you're gonna go like this, usually it's not this type of a band, it's a little bit bigger, but that helps as well to help you stretch. Even if your leg is up here, you can use that, put your foot around it and pull. So this is very versatile. You can use these bands for really anything, but I always kept one of these in my bags. You just never know, especially when you have some downtime to keep your ankles and stuff like that warm. Use this. Number 7. A leotard! Now granted, most of the time you guys are probably going to be wearing the leotard, but just in case you're coming from school or tutoring or wherever you're coming from, or another sport, and you don't have it on, make sure you always pack a leotard. A lot of times I always had an extra leotard in my trunk if I was at that age to drive, just in case. I always had a jacket because I'm always cold, and a leotard during my gymnastics days. So I think it's very essential, because you don't really want to go to practice if you don't have something to work out in, right? Because then what are you going to work out in? Jeans? Probably not. All right, a leotard. Grips. We got a grip bag because our grips are in here. So you always need to make sure you have your grips no matter where you go. I got my wristbands and I got my grips. My handy dandy grips. They're the best. I feel like I want to order more even though I'm not in gymnastics anymore, but I don't need to. They work perfectly, and these are my favorite. I've literally been using this brand of grips my whole life. I had one other pair of grips that wasn't this brand, and then I only used those for like a couple months, and then I went to this brand and this one only, and it's been my whole entire life. So I love these. If you want to know what brand it is, let me know. Got you. And then my wristbands. Everyone's different with wristbands. I like the long ones because they always slide. Some people like the shorter ones, to each his own. I also like Velcro because I feel like I can make it as tight as I want. But I used to use buckle, but with buckle, I feel like I couldn't like tighten it as much. So I went to Velcro. So grips. Last but not least, I still have my grip bag here. We have Prewrap and tape. Big necessity. I use this all the time with bars. I got a bit superstitious when it came to my Prewrap and my tape. I like brand new rolls. I didn't like it when it got to the end where it was just a little bit, because I feel like the more you go with the Prewrap, the thinner the little fluff actually gets. And I always put them under my wristbands for bars and stuff like that, and so I liked it to be thicker so that I wouldn't get so many wrist rips. That's mainly what I got. I always got wrist rips, and those hurt a lot. Also, for my recommendation, we have these things called like second skin type of things. They're like these jellies, and they're like little tiny squares, and they're amazing for wrist rips. Like literally, I would get some giant ones. I would put that on the next day for practice because I couldn't just not practice. Put that on, Prewrap tape. Literally, you do not feel it. Sometimes as you continue with bars, it might come off, so just put a new one on, but amazing. So Prewrap and tape for your ankles, for your wrists, your knees, for their receivers, all sorts of things, but love tape. All right guys, those are my 10 essentials that I feel like you need for gymnastics. There are definitely so many more types of essentials that you might need for other sports, for gymnastics, for practice, for competition. There's you know, to each his own, once again, guys. So, you know, take it or leave it. If you don't want to use all these types of essentials, you don't have to. But comment below what your essentials are for gymnastics. I would love to see it. Maybe some of those are my essentials as well, but maybe I just forgot. But I always have these in my gym bag. They are very, very, very important to me, and I love them so much. I've actually had this grip bag. I think I've had this grip bag since I was like 10 or 8 or very young, guys. It's been like a long time, and I love it. Memorabilia, guys, memorabilia. But that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on your post notifications, and follow me on Instagram at Sofina the Diva, on TikTok, Sofina the Diva, and Twitter, Sofina_DeJesus. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scout.